Hey everybody, this is Brian with Bear Cards 34. Today I am doing a mail day and it has a theme, which is the Chicago Bears. Obviously that's my all-time favorite team, all-time favorite player Walter Payton, named after Chicago Bear Brian Piccolo. So anyway, here we go. We're just going to jump right in. I have a lot, and just so you guys know, a couple of these are mail packages that have arrived within the last couple days, and other ones I've been holding on to for a long time, and I thought I would just do one big old Bears mail day. This is a Tarik Cohen auto, numbered to 99 from 2017 certified. Just highlighting that because I'm really hoping he can come back this year to full strength. And so the first card that I ordered here is this Walter Payton. This is the 2001 Topps commemorative reprint. This is the Chrome, highlighting the 1987 card. This was the 87 version of this was the last actual Walter Payton football card that was around during his playing time. So very happy to have that, obviously. Then let's see what we've got next. Okay. Okay. This right here is 1976 Bears team set without Payton. Obviously, with Payton, you're looking at a whole other ball game for the price. So let's take a look at this team set here. I do not have the majority of these cards, and there was a pretty reasonable deal for it online. So I thought I'd pick this up. So we got Roland Harper, Doug Buffon, quarterback Bob Avellini, Wally Chambers, an All-Pro for the 75 season, 1976 card of Virgil Livers, Bob Grimm, Bob Parsons, tight end, Bob Thomas, kicker. He was with the Bears for a long time. This has got to be, okay, yeah, that would definitely be his rookie card there, Bob Thomas. I think he was our kicker up until Kevin Butler was drafted. Gary Huff, another quarterback, and then this card definitely has seen better days. And this is typical of what you'd see back then, right? Like collectors who would be marking off the cards they needed. There you got the Walter Payton. So this card's a little rough for wear, but it's kind of cool. I kind of like it gives it some character, right? Now I do have the Walter Payton. I sent it in. It's one of only 3 cards that I've ever graded. So I was very happy to have this come back. I mean, for a 5, honestly, it looks super sharp. It is way off center, top to bottom, but the corners, the surface, everything looks really sharp. So anyway, now happy to have this, the entire Bears team set. Not bad. Okay, next up, let's see here. Okay, so this card right here, I got very cheap off of eBay. Now this is the a score insert from a few years ago. This is from the 2015 set, and I showed these off before because I had a handful. I was trying to collect. I had gotten most of these in a pack, in packs. So I have the white version, the red variation, the green variation, black, and then now I have the gold to go with it. So that'll complete the variations for this card. So I'm definitely happy to have that added to my Payton collection. Okay, next up. Okay, so I had decided when I purchased one Walter Payton Chrome card, and got this one for a good deal right here. So I put a bunch of bids out there on some of the Payton Chrome cards, and so a few of these I've been able to win so far. So now with this collection, I've got the version of his rookie card, his second year, this one from the 1980, and the 87. So these are sharp looking cards, and obviously I always prefer the original vintage stuff, but these are nice sharp looking Chrome cards, quite fun. So I'm happy to have those, and kind of crossing my fingers I may wind up with a couple other ones. Okay, so this was on eBay, and I picked it up just because it was a really good deal. And I'm a big fan of Neil Anderson, so because it's a Gem Mint 10, this is his second year card, 1989 Topps. And I just thought for a Gem Mint 10, really good price, I decided to go ahead and order that one. So Neil Anderson, you know, he was Walter Payton's replacement. They drafted him in 1986. And you can see there, his rookie season of 86, he only had 35 carries. But during Walter Payton's final season, you know, his carries bumped up quite a bit. And he ended up being a Pro Bowl running back and had a really good career until he retired. Okay, next up, let's see what we got here. Okay, so again, this was a nice deal on eBay that I found, so I decided to, this is 1971 PSA Football Girl, and it was a good deal on this card right here. So we got this Ed O'Bradovich 1971 Topps, near mint 8, which for this set with those, you know, colored borders, you know, getting an 8, I'm very happy with that for sure. All right, next up is, okay, so this right here is a, let's kind of get this out. I'll kind of show you guys here. Okay, so this is again another card that was a Gem Mint 10 that I was a sucker for. This is a 2005 Score Cedric Benson rookie card. So he was an All-American at Texas, and he was the 4th pick of the draft by the Chicago Bears. We were expecting huge things for him. Unfortunately, he held out, and Thomas Jones ended up winning the starting job. He was really impressive, and then Benson also got injured during his rookie year, so he really was a backup his first couple of seasons. But his 3rd year with the Bears, he did start to make a bit of an impact, but then he ended up signing with the Bengals afterwards, and he had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons with the Bengals and ended up with over 6,000 career yards. So he ended up having a good career, but not really so much with the Bears. Unfortunately, he passed away back in 2019. He was in a motorcycle crash and passed away. But, you know, definitely a talented running back, and I saw a good deal on that and thought I'd go ahead and get it. All right, next up. Okay, so this right here, I'm kind of trying to collect. This is the 1986 Topps football set. I'm trying to complete the PSA of this with the Chicago Bears. This is a Leslie Frazier Mint 9 from the 86 set. Frazier was part of the Bears' 1985 Super Bowl winning team, and he was also a Vikings head coach for about 3 seasons. One year he even went 10-6, but then kind of toppled after that, unfortunately. But right now he's the Bills' defensive coordinator and the assistant head coach for the Bills. So, and they're doing quite well. So a nice little pickup there, Leslie Frazier. Okay, this one. Okay, I know this one is. Okay, so I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with 4 Sharp Corners. So I had done an earlier video, and one of my viewers, Tom DePaulo, and Tom, if I didn't say your last name correctly, sorry about that, but Tom mentioned he's a similar collector to me, but with the Patriots. So he's been collecting Patriot cards that date back to the 60s all the way up until now. And he mentioned there was a 1986 Patriots Bears police card set, kind of would, you know, teach people to call, you know, teach kids to dial 911 and to give them some information, like right here, do not answer the door if you're home alone unless you absolutely know who's knocking. So the idea of these was to help the kids. And anyway, Tom let me know about this set and told me that this card, William Perry, right here, was for sale. And so I went and checked it out and felt like the price was fair enough. And it's kind of one of those oddball card sets. And there aren't a lot of those for the Bears that I found. And so, you know, this is an 86 Bears Patriots William Perry police card. And it's a Mint 9. The cards are a little bigger than I realized. So I'm kind of surprised that, you can see there, definitely a different size. So I'll have to figure out, how to store this thing. I think it'll be great in a display though. So I'm very, very happy with this. So this is a kind of one of those unofficial William Perry rookie cards. I was such a big fan of his that when I played football, one year I was number 72 for William Perry. Very cool. I was 41 for Brian Piccolo once, and I was also 99 for Dan Hampton. So I kind of moved around with different jersey numbers. And so speaking of number 41, this right here is a 1967 Philadelphia Bears team card. I got this for under $4, so I was pretty happy with that. The reason I decided to buy this, other than the fact that it's a Bears team card, I hadn't even really noticed this before, but like I mentioned earlier, I'm named after Brian Piccolo. This was my first Brian Piccolo card. I have a graded one now, but this one my mom tracked down in Salt Lake City. This is pre-internet as far as like being common in homes everywhere. And she had to do a lot of work to track this down. Contacts from a local card shop, a bunch of other stuff. And anyway, she bought that for me. And that's kind of his only card. He does have a card from that same set that's kind of a little mini cutout with three other players. But anyway, this card right here, I noticed Brian Piccolo, number 41, is right there in the card. And so I thought, man, I've got to add that to my collection. I may get a graded one of these days, but for now I'm just happy to have this as part of the collection. And I do have two 67 Philadelphia cards that I picked up when I was a kid. These I was able to obtain back in the junk wax era, and I'm very, very happy to have these. So this is a Butkus and Sayers. Both of them, this is their second year card. The Sayers is actually the same picture as his rookie card, but just with a different design. But those are two of my favorite cards for sure. All right, next up. Oh, okay. So, again, thanks to Tom, when I found out about that Perry card and found out about the set, I immediately had to make sure to get the whole set. Now, because they're in a strange shape, I'm going to have to try to figure out how to store these things. But you'll see right here, Super Bowl Superstars, 1986, Bears versus Patriots at the Superdome in New Orleans. And this is my first time seeing these cards, so this is pretty cool. Dave Duerson, the late Dave Duerson. So again, look at these tips. Never accept gift or money from strangers. Tell your parents about anyone who offers them to you. Unless it's a rack that is sent to your channel. But otherwise, no, just kidding. Okay, so right here, Otis Wilson. Love Otis Wilson. And there's another William Perry. Gary Fensick. These are cool cards. So Tom, thanks for letting me know about these. I had never heard of them. Oh, there we go. There's the best right there. Walter Payton. Very cool. Very happy to have that. If you seriously think someone is following you either on foot or in a car, hurry to a place where there are people. Go into a store or to a neighbor's house. Do not try to hide behind bushes. All right, this is a really cool set. Very well meaning. It makes sense that the police cards would give these strategies and tips. Willie Gault. If these were made nowadays, the only person who would be reading those would be flippers, not the kids, right? I'm kind of kidding. All right, Jim McMahon, quarterback. Wow, he's looking intense right there. And then here we go with the Patriots. Andre Tippett, he was great. Tony Franklin. Craig James, he had a really good season in '85. That was Fred Marion. Ronnie Lippett. Love Stanley Morgan. He was one of my favorites. He was just great. John Hanna, Hall of Fame. And a Tony Eason, whose son, Jacob, is in the NFL these days. All right, very cool. Very happy to have that. And, okay, this is my last package. Okay, so this, let's see here. I'll see if I can. This right here is PSA graded 1986 Topps Jim McMahon Mint 9. So that I'm very, very happy to have this card. This is my favorite Jim McMahon card. I think just the classic football pose, the action shot, and I assuming they took the picture that year, that would be from the Bears Super Bowl 1985 season that picture was taken. So I'm very, very happy with this, and finding this set in a Mint 9 I'll take that all day long. It's a hard set to complete. Very happy to add that card to my collection. That's definitely one of my favorites. So anyway, I'm really happy with these Chicago Bear hauls. Let me know which one was your guys' favorite, if you had a favorite. And anyway, I appreciate you guys sticking with me, and I'll be back with other videos in the future. Take care, and go Bears.